Hi, this is another digital agenda of the Council of International Relations, the Argentine Council of International Relations. This is CARI, the acronym. And we have Fernando Straface, Secretary General and Secretary for International Relations of Buenos Aires City Government. In this occasion, we have the opportunity to talk about what's going on in Argentina, and especially in the Buenos Aires city, about the corona times, the coronavirus. Do you feel that the pandemic, Fernando, has changed the role of cities and the importance of our city in this international level?
Thanks, Guillermo, for your question. I would say that cities were new geopolitical main characters of the world before the pandemic, but COVID-19 brought the importance of cities as the center of some of the most dynamic events in the world in the last couple of decades. It had happened before with immigration, with climate change, and now with COVID-19. Cities are at the center of the discussion because it is at the cities where the pandemic happened at the most. And the response of the city also has been the key to contain the expansion of the pandemic. The first element that I like to highlight is the way the cities have been cooperating to define a better approach, a better sanitary strategy. Then I will highlight the number of networks and exchanges that mayors of the world have been participating in order to have a coherent message in their cities and from their cities to the federal government. It is a very important aspect of a coherent response in each of the countries and in each of the cities, the coordination between the different levels of government. This has been a very important issue where it was discussed among the mayors in different networks they have. So cities, I think, have demonstrated a level of cooperation among themselves that has not been present at the country level because of different geopolitical factors. So I think in terms of the future, cities have increased their importance in the geopolitical dynamics that had before the pandemic.
You're
Uh,
talking, yeah. Sure. Go ahead, please.
no, and the last aspect that I like to highlight is the way that cities have been able to put an agenda, a policy agenda, in response to the pandemic that includes a new urban design of the cities in favor of the people. The concept of cities at human scale it is at the center of the reforms and the redesigning of cities that mayors are pushing for in order to gain more space for the people and to make the cities more livable.
Fernando, the last question about this is you are talking about the future. How long do you think we're going to receive again a lot of tourists from different parts of the world in Buenos Aires, in Argentina?
You know that many surveys around the world are extracting from the people the high will of uh, travel again or travel back to the places where they used to go once the pandemic is in control. So we have the will in favor of us. In the case of Buenos Aires, we need to do our part, and that means preparing the city for receiving tourists in a very safe way. We need to project the idea that the city has handled in a very professional way the pandemic. So now is prepared to go to the next step of coming back to sort of a new normal. And That's why I'm pretty much optimistic about the future and the way that Buenos Aires is going to come back to a new normal.
Fernando Straface, Secretary General and Secretary for International Relations of Buenos Aires City Government, thanks for participating in this audition in Corona times for the Council.
Thanks for your invitation. A pleasure to participate in this.